Did you ever have a crush on a celebrity or fictional character? Who was it? My very first crush, at the tender age of 3 or 4 years old, was on Wesley Crusher of Star Trek The Next Generation. I was far too young to pick up on how badly his character was written. All I knew was that he was cute. He was smart. His best friend was a robot, and he flew around the galaxy in a spaceship. To preschool-age Laquan, there couldn't possibly be a better man. Celeb. Brad Simpson, lead singer of the Vamps. Ben Barnes, actor. Matthew Perry, early Friends seasons rip. Dylan Matthews, Dylan is in trouble it. Fictional character. Prince Zuko Atla. Flynn Rider, Rapunzel. The Darkling, Shadow and Bone, Aaron Warner, Shatter Me. Will Harrendale, The Infernal Devices, Elijah, The Yearbook by Holly Bourne. My first crush was on Jessica Rabbit. It ended up greatly informing what I'm physically attracted to as an adult. It's definitely part of why I'm somewhat obsessed with Christina Hendricks. While I don't think we need a live-action Roger Rabbit movie, she's just about the only woman I'd accept as a live-action Jessica. Had a gigantic crush on Sam Winchester from Supernatural when I was 15-17 years old. I'm now nearly 21. I still think he's hot, but now I'm mainly crushing on Sebastian from Black Butler. Also, Tinker Bell. I've crushed on her since childhood, didn't realize I was bi until I was 12. Oh. I have had a lot. Dazai. Chuya. Zenitsu. Sukuna. Sasuke. Katnor, I used to watch it. Jungkook. Suga. That main character from Goblin. That class president from that K-drama where students fight aliens. Chai Yunwoo, that second lead from True Beauty, and more. Colin Firth's portrayal of Mr. Darcy in the 1995 version of Pride and Prejudice. I rented it from Blockbuster when I was 12-ish and probably watched it 6 times in the week I had it, which is impressive considering it's like 5-6 hours per watch through. In no particular order: Barbara Eden, Linda Carter, Jan Smithers, Barbara Feldon, Stephanie Zimbalist, Margot Robbie, Maureen McCormick, Felicity Kendall, Grace Kelly, Emmylou Harris, Francoise Hardy, and the list goes on. Itty or fictional character? I've had a lot, but I'd say my top 3 are Cate Blanchett, or basically any character she plays, Chris Pratt or Owen Grady, but definitely not Star-Lord, and Legolas Duh. Alexandra Bustardo in a TV show The Champions. I was 7 years old. It was when I realized girls were different. WWW. As far as fictional characters, they're all from video games: Arthur Morgan from Red Dead Redemption 2, Leon Kennedy from Resident Evil 2, Deacon from Days Gone, and Lightning from Final Fantasy XIII. April O'Neil was my childhood fictional crush. 3. Scarlett Johansson is my adult celebrity crush. I'm starting to worry we're never going to fall in love and have sexy sci-fi adventures in space. Call me Ms. Scarlett. 3. Guy that Casper the Friendly Ghost turns into for the dance in the movie I had Christina Ricci in. 8. Tamahome and Hoto Hori from Fushigi Yuji manga. Jamie Fraser from Outlander. Ryson from ACOTAR. Eva Green. She's a beautiful, introverted, French actress. You'll recognize her from Casino Royale and Penny Dreadful. But alas, I'm a taken man now. We never would have worked either, is what I tell myself. I regularly fall in crush with leading characters from whatever I'm watching. It's fun. And as long as you have a healthy separation between crush and parasocial weirdness or fixation, dream away. Skeet Ulrich as Billy Loomis. Sarah Douglas in Superman 2, Christopher Reeve basically all the time, Lee Thompson and Michael J. Fox in Back to the Future. A lot of people from a lot of movies. Andrea Cause from The Cause. The day before I went to see their concert, I saw that she was dating her dated Robbie Williams. I loathe Robbie Williams. All of a sudden the fantasy just ended. My first childhood crush was Jerry Halliwell. I also wanted to grow up to get into Formula 1 in some way. So glad to see that someone is at least living my childhood dream. Kimberly the Pink Power Ranger. Kim Cattrall's character in Big Trouble in Little China. Lena Headey's character in the live-action Jungle Book and eventually Padma Amidala. Oh, all the time. Daydreaming about fictional characters is fun and healthy. My husband and I talk about which characters from video games or shows we bang all the time. Last year, I watched his Dark Materials, and I thought Mary Malone was just so cute and sweet. I would daydream about living in a tree with her and the giraffe elephants. Mark McGrath. Still to this day, he's the whole package also. Nicholas Hoult and Christian Slater, as well as their characters Tony Storm and Jason Dean. Kirsten Dunst in the first Spider-Man movie stuck with young me for quite a while. Also Scarlett Johansson in Match Point when I was a bit older. Aladdin, Zuko, Eugene Fitzherbert. That Peter Pan from that old live-action movie 2001. I have had only fictional crushes throughout my life. Never had a celebrity crush, but I've had multiple fictional character crushes. My first one ever when I was a kid was Shadow the Hedgehog. When I was 10, it was the Predator, Jareth the Goblin King, and the Lord of Darkness from Legend. It still is, but it was when I was 10, too. My first crush ever was on Rosetta. She's a fictional character from the Disney Fairies franchise, and she is one of Tinker Bell's friends. I was obsessed with Adam Lambert in high school. I wrote hardcore gay fanfiction about him, his basis, before I even lost my V card. Going to be a bit specific, BC it matters. That game version of Ellie in The Last of Us 2 when you get to the last chapter in Santa Barbara. I had a crush on Sean Cameron on Degrassi Season 6. I thought he was such a man. And now that I'm 26, I see what a boy he still really was. My ex-girlfriend said she had her sexual awakening to Dave the Barbarian with something that vibrates. Also Harley Quinn could get it. Gwen from Ben 10 Alien Force. I was like 7 when I did. Extra OB. My current crush though is Kate Bishop, played by Haley Steinfeld. I still have a huge crush on Robert when I'm 17, don't come at me. As a kid I had a crush on Disney's John Smith and Li Shang. I didn't, but if I was female, I would have a crush on lots of anime characters. Almost all my favorite anime characters are males. I think most guys in their late 20s, early 30s can to an extent agree with me. Emma Watson, aka Hermione Granger in Harry Potter. Julie Kidman from The Evil Within fictional character. Chloe Grace Moretz after watching her performance in Kick a Celebrity. Mostly for dead rock stars. Jim Morrison and Graham Parsons. My heart has pined for those men in a way I don't understand at all. Salma Hayek, Forever Present. Jennifer Lawrence, Brandy. Sugar Kambaru Baker Monogatari. Sifa Belnade's Castlevania. Sybil Shepherd in the early 70s. If you know, you know. Also Diana Rigg in The Avengers. A goddess, yeah. I am old. JTT Jonathan Taylor Thomas. I held on to his autograph photo for so long. It was in a frame. Lol. I hope he's doing good. Samantha Carter from Stargate SG-1. She's a fighter pilot, a genius scientist, and absolutely gorgeous, just perfect. Lionel from Thundercats. I was in deep too. Would have been writing kindergarten fanfic if I'd known how to spell. Electra King in The World Is Not Enough, who was portrayed by Sophie Marceau. She is an insanely beautiful woman. I still have crushes on fictional characters. Ellie Hodunk, Gideon Gray, Benjamin Korhauser can all get it. In middle school, I had a major crush on Violet Parr from The Incredibles, Elson Stoner, and Dakota Fanning. Man, I had the biggest crush on Jessica Alba. Fantastic Four, Honey, Into the Blue. Young me was in stitches. Fictional character Arlo from my time at Porsche and Reno from FFVRI. Celebrity Jude Law and Shawn Mendes. Ganondorf, since I saw him in Ute. But when SS came out, Demise. But when Top came out, Ganondorf again. First obsession was Till Lindemann at 14. Over 20 years has passed and I still want to smash so bad. There's plenty of fictional characters I got the hots for. Sabine Wren and Lola Bunny are my top 2. Zoe Kazan's character Chantry from the F Word What If. It was COVID times, and I was super lonely. Nobody said them yet. So fictional Zoe from Alpha D. And celebrity Hilary Duff and Michelle Rodriguez. Terry Farrell from Star Trek DS9. Becca, Back to School. I have a friend who is friends with her. I've fallen for Suga from BTS. I even dreamt about him once. Thinking back, It's pretty crazy. Fictional, Kim Possible. Celebrity. It's a toss-up between Scarlett Johansson and Emily Browning. Emily Wickersham Bishop from NCIS. She was just so cute to teenage me. Like IRL star Butterfly. It was Jill Valentine Ray Revelations, but the remade Ray to have me drooling for Claire Redfield. When I was 3, Drew Barrymore in E.T. When I was 4, Daisy Duke. Things escalated quickly. Celebrity Glenn Close. Actress. Fictional character Glenn Close. Christmas music stoner dad. Claire Redfield as a kid. Started my love for redheads. Otherwise celebrity-wise Hikaru Shida. Recently, I had a dream with Paul Rudd. He was really charming. Thought about him all day. Winnie from Wonder Years. And Ashley from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air in the later seasons. Aragon from Inheritance Cycle book. Not movie. My first and only actual crush so far. Wesley from The Princess Bride. Mr. Darcy. Geralt of Rivia. Jamie Fraser from Outlander. Cole Sprouse. Also Zoe's brother in Zoe 101. I definitely had a type growing up. Ulmau. Amy Jo Johnson aka the Pink Ranger on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. My first crush. Ramona Flowers from Scott Pilgrim is my ideal girlfriend, and I still believe on it. I've been crushing hard on Judy Alvarez from Cyberpunk 2077 for almost a year now. I was in first grade. I was in love with this vampire guy on the front of a book.